While the whole family was away, the girl secretly emptied out every last bit of the family's wealth, from her father's prized rare treasures, to her stepsister's jewelry, and even the private stash of money her stepmother had hidden away. She swept it all into a magical space. You see, the girl had transmigrated into the very novel she'd been reading. In the original story, the character she replaced had been a wealthy young lady, but after her mother died, she was constantly exploited by her stepmother's family. Her father had even stolen away her late mother's inheritance. In the end, she suffered a truly miserable fate. Now, her father and stepmother were plotting once again, trying to trick her into giving up her work placement and go to the countryside in place of her stepsister. They lied, claiming the whole family would soon move there as well, when in fact they just wanted to get rid of her and seize her mother's remaining fortune. But the transmigrated girl already knew how the entire plot would unfold. She also knew that the jade pendant left by her late mother was actually a powerful artifact. So she played along, pretending to agree to take her sister's spot in the countryside, and requested to bring her mother's jade pendant with her. Her father, not suspecting anything, handed it over. The girl let out a triumphant smile. Then she asked her father for living expenses for her countryside trip. The father, already prepared, pulled out a bankbook and handed it to her. But the amount was barely a fraction of what he secretly kept for himself. The girl immediately showed her disdain, saying it was far too little, and began listing off an endless stream of necessary supplies she would need. The more her father listened, the more his heart ached, and he quickly stopped her, frowning that if she kept spending like this, the family would soon go bankrupt. Her stepmother also chimed in, saying the girl's demands were too excessive. The girl shot her a scornful look, snapping, "Since when is it your turn to have a say?" The two younger stepbrothers, seeing their mother scolded, immediately spoke up to defend her, but the girl turned around and slapped them both. While the stunned family froze in shock, she angrily rebuked them for being ungrateful, reminding them that every cent they spent came from her mother's money. So who were they to disagree? She warned them to shut up, or she'd slap them again. Seeing the situation spiral, her father had no choice but to agree, gritting his teeth and pulling out another bankbook with 10,000 yuan. After that, the girl demanded to sever all ties with her father. The father, who had long wanted to cut ties with her anyway, happily signed the agreement on the spot, reminding her that tomorrow she had to hand over the work placement to her sister. The girl pretended to agree, then returned to her room to study the pendant's secret. Following what she'd read in the novel, she dripped a bit of her blood onto the jade. In the next instant, she was transported into a vast, empty space. Luckily, the pendant came with an intelligent system she could control with her thoughts, able to plant crops, water, cook, slaughter livestock, and more. The water there could even beautify skin and accelerate the growth of plants. Most amazing of all, she could instantly store anything from the outside into this space. Realizing this function, the girl wasted no time and began collecting everything valuable from her house. While her father, stepmother, and their family believed their scheme had worked, lying about returning to their hometown in order to move her mother's assets, the girl took advantage of their absence to completely clean out the entire household.